If I had to sum up last night's performance with one word, it would be statement. That's exactly what the Packers did last night against the Pittsburgh Steelers. That's exactly what they did week one against the Detroit Lions. They came out, they made a statement against the Lions. They said, hey, listen, this division is not yours. This is our division, like it's been for so many years. And that's exactly what they put their stake in the ground and claimed that, hey, listen, we're legit. We are a very good team. And the Green Bay Packers get even more great news after embarrassing Aaron Rodgers at his own home. Pittsburgh Steelers. The Green Bay Packers looked phenomenal, and we're going to talk about that game in this video. Okay, so let's jump into it. Okay, so what is the great news that the Packers get? Well, they've got a legitimate star. Okay, so I want to preface this by saying nobody knew what to expect out of Jordan Love coming into this season because, his quote unquote, all intensive purposes rookie year as a starter, he didn't look that great at the beginning. And we were all like, okay, man, what did we do? We gave up Aaron Rodgers. Now we're looking to Jordan Love. And then all of a sudden, the last 8 weeks and then into the playoffs, Jordan Love looked like the best quarterback. And it didn't just look like it. It was matching the eye test. He was the best quarterback in all of football. Patrick Mahomes, all of those guys to the side, Jordan Love was the guy. And then, we faced the Philadelphia Eagles week one of the following year, and Jordan Love goes down. He plays pretty well in that game, and then he goes down with that knee injury at the end of the game, and he just wasn't the same quarterback last year. And then coming into this season, and the Packers had to pay him, coming into this season, we're like, okay, what do we have with Jordan Love? Nobody knows because it's either this dude is a fantastic quarterback or he's going to be mediocre. We just don't know. We know that he's not a bad quarterback, but he's looking to be every bit the part. And you don't want to crown somebody especially before the season is over with. But this dude looks like we could be looking at a future Hall of Fame quarterback. Another one, back-to-back-to-back quarterbacks in Green Bay. Why do I say that after that performance? Well, the stage was set for the Packers and Jordan Love. And you talk about the stage being set for Jordan Love, his quote unquote rookie season. He goes into Dallas, embarrasses them. He goes into San Francisco, almost embarrasses them on their home field. And then the following year, they chase up, they go back to the playoffs, even after the injuries that were sustained, not only to himself, but throughout, the team was littered with injuries. But then he comes out this season. They make a statement against the Lions. They make a statement against Washington. Then the next big game for them was on the road at Pittsburgh facing Aaron Rodgers. And he absolutely made a statement. And the Packers, they're looking every bit the part. Okay, so let's take a look real quickly. You look at the total yards. They're 454 to Pittsburgh's 295. You got the passing yards of 360 from Jordan Love to 202 from Aaron Rodgers. You got the rushing yards there, 94 to 93. The Packers allowed, some success on the ground, which kind of surprised me. But I think they were really trying to play the pass on Aaron Rodgers and the small dump passes. And I think they responded quite well, especially making some adjustments at halftime and all of that. But third down efficiency for the Pittsburgh Steelers, 10%. 10%. That's what Jeff Hafley's defense went out there and they performed big on the stage. Again, first half, there was a couple of hiccups, a couple of ups and downs, but overall, the Green Bay Packers, and they left some points on the board, right? They could have had 6 extra points. They could have been 41-25 in that victory. McManus was short on that kick, and then he shanked the other one. But fourth down efficiencies, they were, 100%. Both teams were. But here's the thing. I want to focus on penalties. Okay, so the Packers have been getting crushed by penalties since, pretty much after week one. They've accumulated a lot of penalties that have really stalled drives, really hurt them all around. But they only had 5. They win the penalty category here last night. They had 5 penalties for 47 yards, and they win the takeaway category again for the second week in a row. The Packers come up with another forced fumble, and then the Aaron Rodgers, that could have been a fumble, but they ruled it an incomplete pass. But the Packers almost had 2 takeaways in this game, so back to back, and it's come on off of fumbles, and the Packers punching the ball and getting efficient at doing so. I know Jeff Hafley said that the Packers were gonna be focused on that, but you take a little bit more of a deeper dive. Jordan Love, 29 of 37, 360 yards, 3 touchdowns. Emmanuel Wilson looked good on the ground, 11 carries, 61 yards. Josh Jacobs was stalled a lot of the game. I know the Pittsburgh Steelers defense was really trying to come out there and stop Josh Jacobs, and they had success doing that. 13 carries, 33 yards. Savion Williams looked good. He got his first touchdown. We're still waiting for Matthew Golden to get his first down. Jordan Love had a missed opportunity with Matthew Golden in the end zone, which would have given him for his first touchdown of the year. But you look across the boards, Romeo Doubs, Christian Watson, 4 catches, 85 yards. What a sight for sore eyes for the Packers. It's just adding that extra weapon out there for Matt LaFleur, and it's going to make it very difficult for defenses to have to adjust. Now you've got Tucker Kraft, who absolutely looked like a beast out there. In fact, when you look at the PFF scores overall for the Packers, number 1 on that list was almost near perfect Tucker Kraft at 93.6 PFF score. You had Jordan Morgan. Again, we've seen him up on the top offensive PFF scores for games, a few different times this year. And that's great to see that this first round draft pick out of Arizona is looking to be paying off. I'm really excited to see that. Jordan Love, 81.5 PFF score. Zach Tom, of course, not a surprise that that's up there. And then you've got Christian Watson, his first game back from 294 days of missing football, 79.6 PFF score. And then defensively, you had Rashawn Gary having a lot of success. Kingsley Enagbare, who, is another target when we're talking about trade bait out there for other teams. San Francisco looking to acquire Kingsley Enagbare. But man, that if I were the Packers, it would have to be quite a steep price for me to give up Kingsley Enagbare, who looks really good as a pass rusher out there, especially with less out and hurt. Edrin Cooper, 80.8. Edrin Cooper looked good. He looked back to the same fashion. Quay Walker also had another good performance. Our safeties, Evan Williams looked super good. Xavier McKinney looked good in this performance as well. 72.1 PFF score. Javon Bullard, I love that dude. Javon Bullard, I cannot say enough about the performance that this dude is having this season. He is looking super, super good. Okay, so when we go back to their performances, I don't want to discredit. So Matthew Golden had 3 receptions, only 4 yards. It was quick targets for him out there, but I love the hands of Matthew Golden. I love what I'm seeing out of him. I love what I'm seeing out of Savion Williams. So 2 targets that that Brian Gutekunst went out there and acquired, and Matt LaFleur's incorporated them perfectly. And then you've got Christian Watson. We're going to be getting back Jaden Reed. Now you've got Tucker Kraft, who's like, for all intents and purposes, your number 1 target out there. Same thing with Romeo Doubs, 3 catches, 44 yards. Malik Heath stepped up when called upon, coming in for an injured Dontavian Wicks. But when you look at the quarterback play of Jordan Love, okay, so watch him on the rollout here. Okay, so what he is doing this year and with his body and how he's throwing. Again, we keep making the comparison of Aaron Rodgers to Jordan Love, but Jordan Love certainly watched some film and did not sit by idly while he was waiting to get his moment to get in there and be the starter for the Packers, because he looks he looks a lot like kind of this hybrid between Aaron Rodgers and Brett Favre. And we've got an absolute star of a quarterback here in Green Bay. Us Packer fans, man, you've got to be super pumped up and excited about it. You're looking at completed 20 plus consecutive passes, only tying Brett Favre on that list. He bypassed Aaron Rodgers for most completed passes consecutively in a game. He threw for 350 plus yards, right? He had 360 yards. He threw for 3 touchdowns, no interceptions, no turnovers. He took no sacks. No other quarterback in history has ever done that in the same game with all those stat lines. But what the Packers have here in Green Bay, man, I'm telling you right now, this is, for us Packer fans, we have got that next star that we have thought we had in Jordan Love. He's reaffirming that week after week. He's protecting the ball, and he's looking good doing it. Not afraid to make the big plays down the field, and the wide receivers are coming back and helping him out. I'm loving it. The Packers are looking super good. Leave your comments, and as always, go Pack Go.